to be alive and to enjoy this beautiful day and to know that you can actually change the trajectory of your life and enjoy living it. Our reptilian brains are actually wired to seek protection and safety and status in the society as well. That's why we don't really look at life as something often positive when we look at it as a struggle instead of seeing joy in it. And I find that at the end of the day, feeling good is all that matters. Because we only have today, we only have now. You know, when I was a teenager, and my parents decided that they didn't really love each other anymore, and they decided to get a divorce. And their divorce was really painful and abusive. And I ended up feeling like I was in between two fires, where the feelings of guilt and shame were actually thrown around like a hot potato. And what ended up happening is that I burned my hands and I burned my heart. As a young teenage girl, I developed a deep depression and for years was hiding my pain because I was ashamed of what happened. I took the blame for that situation to myself, thinking that my dad left me, so I wasn't deserving of his love. And I felt that I wasn't really worthy of having good life and having good things. Yeah, it still gets to me. But looking back at it, I am realizing now that all my life I have been hiding from the world and I have been hiding from people and not really showing my authentic self because I felt ashamed and because I felt guilty. And I really wanted to explore this topic as I was really looking into what feeling worthy looks like in the previous video. And I'm starting to realize that, you know, if you look at the vibrational scale of all the emotions, you'll notice that blame, shame, and guilt are actually at the lowest part of the scale next to the fear. So you can imagine if you're feeling them constantly throughout your life, what kind of things you're attracting into your life. That's not what you want to be attracting for sure. And also the interesting thing is that there are so many patterns. We all grew up with this. Our parents and grandparents all thought it was normal behavior. Who can relate to this one? Like say a grandmother saying, "Oh, you guys don't come to visit me anymore. I'm so lonely and I'm so sad." And that's their reality. But did you see how that was shaming and blaming? And oftentimes our parents do that a lot as they blame you or shame you into doing things. Another really good example, I just listened to a really cool video on that, so I wanted to share with you my findings. Another really cool example is that, for example, a friend invited you to a birthday party and you don't want to go because maybe there will be people you don't want to see, or maybe you feel like you'll be bored there among other people. But we often are so afraid of hurting other people's feelings that we put ourselves last. What do I mean by that? Well, we end up going to that birthday party anyway. And we end up going against our authenticity, our desire not to, because we have not been taught how to express our authentic truth in a respectful way to another person. So we always feel afraid to hurt someone's feelings. But what ends up happening is that we do a favor for that person without them even knowing that they did them a favor. And then we end up resenting them for making a choice to go anyway. So improving relationship with yourself and improving relationship with others is really a fundamental thing of feeling good in your life. And this is what I've discovered. These blaming and shaming patterns are like old clothes. they are so comfy, you keep wearing them every day and you kind of get used to them, but you start looking at them like, you know, they're all out of shape. The color is worn out, like they're not even pretty anymore. They're kind of ugly and they have holes in them. But we're used to that. But it's time to throw that away and get the clothes that you love, that make you feel authentic, that make you feel powerful, like you can do anything. Like the clothes, so in quote, right? That make you feel like you can be yourself and you don't need to hide anymore. And you can do that by noticing what's happening in your mind and what kind of emotions you are feeling when a certain situation comes up, for example. When you are forced to do something you don't want to do, and when you're forcing yourself to do something you really don't want to do, start with yourself. And then when you are doing that to another person as well. Once you start observing and noticing, oh, this becomes like a really interesting game in the way that it takes away the negativity part of that and it adds this observation focus where you can say, okay, where in my life am I really doing this? I'm going to track this and I'm going to change this. Because it's one way to react to life when things are happening, but it's another way and more empowered way to actually create your life from interaction to interaction to interaction. By choosing to stop, observe your feelings and the thoughts you are thinking to yourself, and to really then switch your negative emotion to a more empowered and authentic way to look at it and say, you know, I don't really want to go to that birthday. How will I be able to say that to my friend? Can I take them out at a different day? Can I do something special to him or to her that makes them feel loved and that I don't have to step on my own toes either? So this is what I wanted to share with you today. Please share your stories. How has your observations of where you're blaming and shaming yourself or maybe other people have helped you to really develop a new pattern of behavior, a new habit of being responsible, being authentic, and feeling like that you are worthy of being yourself? So please comment below. I would love to hear your stories, and thank you guys for watching.